Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to what might be one of the most important conversations we'll have about your soul's purpose in this lifetime. I want to speak with you about something that's written in the stars from the moment you were born, a cosmic roadmap that reveals not just who you've been, but who you're destined to become. If you've been feeling a deep restlessness, like there's something more you're meant to be doing or expressing in this world, you are feeling the call of your North Node. What I'm about to share with you has the power to completely transform how you understand your life's journey, your challenges, your gifts, and the direction your soul is asking you to grow toward. The lunar nodes are perhaps the most profound indicators in your astrological chart of your soul's evolutionary path. And when you begin to consciously work with your North Node energy, you step into alignment with your deepest purpose. Let me help you understand what the lunar nodes actually are from both an astronomical and spiritual perspective. The North and South nodes are the points where the moon's orbit intersects with the Earth's path around the sun. They're always exactly opposite each other in your chart, creating what we call the nodal axis, a cosmic line that represents your soul's journey from where you've been to where you're going. Your South Node represents the qualities, patterns, and approaches to life that come naturally to you, so naturally, in fact, that you could do them in your sleep. These are the gifts and talents you've already mastered, possibly in previous lifetimes, and they represent your comfort zone. While these qualities are beautiful parts of who you are, they can also become limiting if you rely on them too heavily or use them to avoid growth. Your North Node, on the other hand, represents the qualities and approaches to life that your soul is here to develop in this lifetime. This is unfamiliar territory. It might feel awkward, challenging, or even scary at first. But this is precisely where your greatest growth, fulfillment, and authentic power lie waiting for you. Here's what many people don't understand about the North Node. It's not asking you to abandon your South Node qualities entirely. Instead, it's asking you to use those familiar gifts as a foundation from which to courageously explore new ways of being. It's about integration and evolution, not rejection and replacement. During periods when your North Node is being activated by transits, or when you're consciously working to align with its energy, you might notice some very specific experiences in your body and daily life. There can be a sense of magnetic pull towards certain activities, people, or opportunities that feel both exciting and slightly terrifying. This is your soul recognizing the path toward its growth. You might also experience what I call comfort zone anxiety, a restlessness that emerges when you're relying too heavily on your South Node patterns. Even when these patterns are working on the surface level, there's an inner knowing that you're not living up to your full potential, that you're playing it safe when you're meant to be stepping into something greater. Many people notice synchronicities increasing when they begin to move toward their North Node energy. The universe seems to conspire to support your growth, presenting opportunities and connections that align with your soul's evolutionary direction. Pay attention to these signs. They're guideposts on your spiritual journey. Physically, you might notice that activities aligned with your North Node energize you in a way that's different from South Node activities. South Node activities might feel easy and comfortable, but North Node activities often leave you feeling invigorated and more authentically yourself, even when they're challenging. Now let's explore both the shadow aspects and the profound gifts of working with your North Node, because like all spiritual growth, this journey requires courage to move through discomfort toward authentic empowerment. The shadow side of North Node work can include feeling completely out of your depth when you begin to explore these new qualities. Your ego mind might resist strongly, creating stories about why you're not qualified, not ready, or not capable of embodying your North Node gifts. There can be intense fear of failure or making mistakes when you're operating outside your comfort zone. Sometimes people experience what I call imposter syndrome when stepping into North Node territory, because these qualities don't come as naturally as your South Node gifts. You might feel like you're pretending or that others will discover you don't really know what you're doing. There can also be resistance from people around you who are comfortable with your South Node expression and might feel threatened by your growth and change. Not everyone in your life will support your evolution, and this can be painful but necessary to navigate. But here's the extraordinary gift that emerges when you courageously embrace your North Node path. You discover aspects of yourself that are more authentic, more powerful, and more aligned with your true purpose than anything you've experienced before. This isn't about becoming someone different. It's about becoming more fully who you've always been meant to be. Working with your North Node develops what I call evolutionary courage, the willingness to keep growing and changing even when it's uncomfortable, even when others don't understand, even when you can't see the full path ahead. This courage becomes one of your greatest spiritual assets. Your North Node also connects you with your unique contribution to the world. When you're operating from this energy, you're not just serving your own growth, you're offering something that only you can offer to the collective healing and evolution of humanity. Let me share some practical ways to begin consciously working with your North Node energy, regardless of which sign or house it's in. First, study your North Node placement deeply. Learn about the sign and house position and reflect on how these qualities might want to express through your unique personality and life circumstances. This isn't about forcing yourself into a mold, but about understanding the energetic direction your soul wants to explore. Second, practice what I call courage experiments. Each week, try one small action that aligns with your North Node energy, even if it feels uncomfortable. If your North Node is in a fire sign, this might mean speaking up more boldly. If it's in an earth sign, it might mean taking practical steps toward your goals rather than just dreaming about them. Third, notice where you tend to default to South Node behaviors, especially during stress or conflict. Develop awareness of these patterns without judgment, and gently practice offering North Node responses instead. This is a lifelong practice, so be patient with yourself. Fourth, seek out people and situations that naturally call forth your North Node qualities. If you want to develop Gemini North Node energy, spend time with curious, communicative people. If you're working with Scorpio North Node energy, seek out opportunities for deep, transformative experiences. Fifth, create what I call North Node rituals, regular practices that help you embody these evolving energies. This might be meditation, journaling, creative expression, or physical activities that align with your nodal direction. Sixth, work with a trusted astrologer, therapist, or spiritual mentor who can support your North Node development. Having someone who understands your journey and can offer guidance when you feel stuck or scared can be invaluable. Seventh, practice imperfection acceptance. Your North Node path will involve making mistakes and learning as you go. Release the need to master these qualities immediately and embrace the beauty of being a beginner in service of your soul's growth. I want you to understand that your North Node is not a destination you reach and then you're done. It's a continuous direction of growth that will keep revealing new layers throughout your entire lifetime. Each time you think you've mastered a North Node quality, life will present you with opportunities to develop it at deeper levels. What's most beautiful about North Node work is that it connects you with your sense of meaning and purpose in a way that's completely unique to you. This isn't about following someone else's path or meeting external expectations of success. This is about answering the call that your soul made before you were born. The resistances you encounter when moving toward your North Node are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They're often signs that you're exactly where you need to be for your growth. Your comfort zone will always feel safer than growth, but safety and growth rarely coexist in the same moment. As you begin to consciously align with your North Node energy, you might notice that opportunities, resources, and connections start appearing in your life in ways that feel almost magical. This is because you're working with your soul's natural current rather than swimming against it. Remember that your South Node qualities are not things to be ashamed of or eliminated. They're gifts that, when used consciously in service of your North Node development, become incredibly powerful tools for your evolution and service to others. The world needs what your North Node has to offer. There are contributions you're meant to make, healing you're meant to facilitate, and inspiration you're meant to share that can only come through your willingness to step courageously into unfamiliar territory. Some people resist their North Node because it seems to ask them to become someone they don't recognize. But what it's actually asking is for you to become more yourself than you've ever dared to be before, to express aspects of your authentic self that have been waiting patiently for you to develop the courage to let them emerge. Your North Node is your soul's gift to you and to the world. It's the path through which you develop your greatest strengths, experience your deepest fulfillment, and make your most meaningful contributions to life. May you find the courage to step toward what calls you, even when it feels unfamiliar. May you trust that your soul knows the way, even when your mind feels uncertain. And may you remember that every step you take toward your North Node is a step toward the fullest, most authentic expression of who you came here to be. The universe is supporting your evolution. Trust the process, embrace the journey, and know that you have everything within you to fulfill your soul's deepest calling. This content is provided for spiritual and educational purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for medical, psychological, legal, or financial advice. Please consult qualified professionals for matters concerning your health, relationships, and practical life decisions.